What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Keith Thurman finally accepts a fight with Terence Bud Crawford. At least he says he's willing to accept a fight with Terence Bud Crawford in his next fight. Should he get past, now I want y'all to pay attention to this. Should he get past Tszyu March 30th? As he's moving back up, because he's had a fight at 154. To 154 to challenge Tszyu for a belt that he don't want. So the belt won't be on the line. And that's the World Boxing Organization with President Mr. Paco. And Keith Thurman is going to fight Tszyu at a catchweight at 155. Says he didn't want to have the massive weight cut because he was weighing 175. Between 172 to 175, right? And so he didn't want to have the massive weight cut to 147. So the catchweight at 155, plus he don't respect the WBO title, is right up his alley. It's perfect for him, right? So Tszyu is the WBO junior middleweight champion, okay? He's the son of a legend, Tszyu. So Keith Thurman is stating that, now, something to note here is the WBO belt is not on the line. But if Tszyu loses, he'll lose his belt, right? Why is that the case? Because Terence Crawford is going to petition or has already petitioned to fight the winner. And if Tszyu loses the belt, they don't want Tszyu to retain the belt and then Terence Crawford have to fight Tszyu for the belt. And Tszyu is coming off of a loss. That don't look good for Terence Crawford. They would rather have the belt vacant and Terence Crawford fight for the vacant belt, particularly against Keith Thurman should he beat Tszyu. But Keith Thurman stated that he don't recognize the WBO title because it's the last sanctioned body to be recognized as one of the major sanction belts, right? Now, Keith Thurman is on record saying how Terence Crawford is too small. Terence Crawford is not a real champion because Terence Crawford came to 147 after Keith Thurman. He came to 147. He beat Jeff Horn for the WBO title. He knocked out or stopped everybody he's faced at 147. Terence Crawford absolutely dominated there, right? And so, with that said, Terence Crawford went on to beat Sean Porter, Kell Brook, and then dominate Errol Spence. Stop Sean Porter, stop Kell Brook, and stop Errol Spence. Became the undisputed champion, right? Now, Keith Thurman had an opportunity to go the WBO route and make himself the mandatory for Terence Crawford. He chose not to, right? He cited, again, Terence Crawford is too small, hasn't proved himself, and he don't respect the WBO title. Then he beat Errol Spence, and then Keith Thurman says, well, anybody could beat that version of Errol Spence, right? Sean Porter would have beat him. He definitely would have beat him, so it's not a surprise. But now, in this case, he's running out of opponents to fight to justify. Now, don't get me wrong. Keith Thurman doesn't mind go ahead and just be inactive because he fought 3 times in 7 years, okay? So Keith Thurman's fighting Tszyu. The belt's not on the line. Keith Thurman says something very eye-opening. Keith Thurman states that after this fight with Tszyu, if the Terence Crawford fight presents itself, which he would accept it, the Terence Crawford fight presents itself, he's going to accept the Terence Crawford fight, right? And then he states that in doing so, then and only then is he going to pull out all the stops in training and fully commit. Then and only then is he going to pull out all the stops and he's going to fully commit. And his reasoning for doing this is that he stated that he's always wanted to fully commit to training, but never really got over the hump and got out of his comfort zone. So he just told you he's half-stepping, and he's been half-stepping. Then he says that I know that boy Terence Crawford be up there in Colorado in a high altitude, training. And if I fight Terence Crawford, then I'm going to go up there to high altitude and be the best version of me, because he ain't going to have a one-up on me. So why not go up there and train for Tszyu? You don't feel like it's necessary? Then he stated and admitted that he half-stepped in his training for Josito Lopez and overlooked him, and then almost got knocked out by Josito Lopez. Then he said that he overlooked essentially Manny Pacquiao because he was younger and Manny Pacquiao was older and he was the favorite, and he almost got knocked out in that fight, but he did lose. Then he came back against Mario Barrios 2 years later, and he almost got stopped in that fight by the body, but he won. Right? Because the cream rise to the top. He's a better talent than Mario Barrios and Josito Lopez. He wasn't against Manny Pacquiao. That's why he lost. So now he's saying that he's going to go to high altitude because Terence Crawford wants an advantage. And he's not going to allow Terence Crawford to have an advantage. This is, and I love Keith Thurman, but this is the problem with the sport of boxing. They shortchange the fans. And he's admitting he shortchanged the fans. He's telling you that he did not fully commit and not doing everything it takes to be in full shape for these fights, because essentially on paper he should win, and he feels like he should win on paper. So he's not fully committing to these fights at all whatsoever. And so only when he faced Terence Crawford will he go to high altitude, kick over every stone, leave no rock unturned, cross every T and dot every I when it's Terence Crawford. But why are you going to do that all that for Terence Crawford when you don't even respect Terence Crawford? You said he's too small. If he was too small for you at 147, he's going to be too small for you at 154. So why do you feel the need to have to go through all of that to prepare for Terence Bud Crawford? See, it had nothing to do with the WBO title. It had everything to do with Terence Crawford's style. He doesn't like the style matchup of Terence Crawford. He don't like that Terence Crawford has extremely long arms, has a 5-inch arm reach advantage. He's extremely versatile, can fight southpaw orthodox. He has power in both hands, a high ring IQ, he's durable, and he has great counterpunch ability. Keith Thurman gets over in these fights because of his athletic ability and his pure boxing ability. And he believes he's going to do that with Tszyu. He's telling you he don't even have to train for Tszyu. He's training at home, and he says that he needs to be comfortable. So he's training at home. Sean Porter, he did this interview with Sean Porter, and he says he's training at home for Tszyu because it's comfort zone. I tell you all the time, comfortability and familiarity is stronger than love. Right? And that's what he believes. So, that's what he's going through. He's comfortable at home, and he don't feel like he have to do all these things because he's looking at Tszyu as limited. Tszyu is not as athletic as he is. Tszyu is not the pure boxer he is, and Tszyu don't have, the attributes, just the movement, the fluidity in just boxing as Keith Thurman. But Tszyu is bigger. He's not much bigger, right? And that's the thing. See, Tszyu is a short, stout junior middleweight, 5'8", 70-inch arm reach, similar built in the form of Canelo Alvarez. But he's a big guy, he's consistent, and he's durable. He has 24 wins, no loss, no draw, 17 wins by way of knockout. Right? And so that's what Keith Thurman is banking on. His movement, his agility, his fluidity, his ability to box, stay away. But he fought 3 times in 7 years. So is his legs going to be there? He's underestimating Tszyu. Underestimating Tszyu, but says that he's going to go to the maximum capacity to fight Terence Crawford, which lets you know he's not interested in fighting Terence Crawford because he views Terence Crawford as a major, major threat that could possibly knock him out. He don't want to fight Terence Crawford. He's saying that right now. He said that before he fought Mario Barrios, that he was going to accept the Terence Crawford fight. Then he turned around and said, no, I'm going to accept the WBC route. He don't want to fight Terence Bud Crawford, and it's sad. This is the problem that's wrong with the sport of boxing. It's more of a business than it's a sport, and they robbing the fans. He just told you that he don't even train to the maximum of his ability because on paper he feel like he should be the victor. Only when it's perceived. He said for years he wanted to go at the high altitude. Well, you got the money. You have all the resources to go do it. Why haven't you done it? Instead of giving us 3 fights in 7 years. He fought since March of 2017, beating Danny Garcia. He came back, he fought Josito Lopez, Manny Pacquiao in 2019, 2 years later. Then he was gone again. He came back in 2022 and fought Mario Barrios. Then he was gone for all 2023. Now he's coming back 2024 and fighting Tszyu. Amazing, isn't it? So since 2017, since the fight with Danny Garcia, 2017, March of 2017, Keith Thurman has fought a total of 3 times in 7 years. Amazing. And just told us that he don't train like he's supposed to. Terrible. That's all I got for y'all. Terence Crawford, and again, I don't think he's going to get past Tszyu. Tszyu's going to stop him to the body, and he just told you. Keith Thurman just told you why he's susceptible to being hurt to the body, because he don't train like he's supposed to. Period. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.